That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Turn around 3 times.
Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Going to dominate the game!
It's going to change towards Bustle. It's a double kill for Blizzard, while Paddling is on the run. Signify on the cusp of gaining victory here. Going to try and get the bomb down. Much has no idea. Something to find an ace. He's going to find a kill and get the second one as well.
Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ESL India Premiership Winter Season Finale, the biggest and the baddest tournament of the year, and obviously the most hyped tournament of the year. My name is Ranjit Mamba Senior Patel, and I'm going to be your host for the entire duration of this tournament. And alongside me, I have Mr. Aditya Adisha. It's been a really long time.
It has been a long time since you've been on that chair, and it's nice to see you back and kicking, especially for an early morning. And actually, what's more surprising is that the teams were actually here on time. They reported on time.
Yeah, they actually reported before the time, I'm presuming. And they actually came down as well, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And which was quite nice. But talking about the games that we have today, and you know, the way it's going down is it is the Masters phase, obviously, and the teams from the Masters make it to the LAN event. Now, what makes this event special is that it literally is the last event of this year, of this calendar year. Not calendar year, but you know.
Yeah, the calendar year. It actually is the last event of the calendar year. We don't have anything else. There were supposed to be other tournaments which ended up being vaporware.
No, but then again, jokes apart, you know, this happens to be one of the most special tournaments because the older format, you had to qualify through the entire year to make it down here. But now it's a bit different. Yeah. But you know,
the example actually is of Entity Gaming, right? They started in the Challenger in the second phase of the winter season actually, and they made it. They made it all the way here. They started in the starter in the second phase. In the third phase, they were the Challenger, and they won the Challenger, and hence now they are seed number 7 in the Masters
Which
League.
Means they are going to be playing against
a much better team than they would have imagined, the second place team.
You are going to be savage today, aren't you?
I mean, no, like. It is. See, the thing is, the format which you'll get into eventually as well is very forgiving. So you're not going to be like one game, you know, one loss and you're out. But they do play like because of the way the seeding works, right? First place 8th, second place 7th.
How about we do this before we talk about the teams? Let's actually talk about the way the format is. If we could have the brackets up on the screen, and you know, we could probably explain to the viewers better as well. So it's the GSL format. It is what it's called, and so it's literally 2 groups in and double elimination. Yeah. So the first 2 teams, Too Easy and War, and the winner of those teams goes up. The winner of VAC Banned and Phoenix goes up, and then you know the losers of both of those matches, they actually compete against each other. Now, if you win 2 games, you directly qualify to the semifinals. But if you lose 2, you get knocked out. Yeah. So you know, if you lose 1 game, you go into the losers bracket match, and then you have to win 2 to qualify. So literally, you have to win exact number of matches, 2 matches, to qualify to the semifinals. You do not want to go down. Now, looking at this, it's sort of, you know, when you talk about the first matchup at least, Too Easy versus War. Yeah. Now, so fine, I wasn't exactly over here. I have not been able to notice them a lot, but what do you have to say about War? Because everyone knows Too Easy by now.
War actually showed up, and then they went back down. And like they got to the Masters on merit, and then they went straight back down. And then eventually they won the relegation, the promotion relegation games. So they managed to get themselves back into the Masters slots as well.
And talking about the lineup, there's one very surprising and
I think it's a good change.
It's a very good change. Yeah. I mean, in no way I'm saying Recall Master is not a good player. Yeah. He's probably old, but a decent player. So we have Spawn coming in. Now this guy, you know, he is one of the finest talents, youngest talents in the country in terms of playing the game. And what is unfortunate is that he's actually studying architecture, right? Which does not leave him with a lot of time. Yeah. And that is the reason why he has been on and off playing, you know, he has been in and out in the competitive circuit. But on the other hand, the team, you said that they showed up, but do you think they will be able to go toe-to-toe against these guys?
Which one? Too Easy?
Too Easy, yeah.
Too Easy is always going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Entity and everything. Sorry, War.
War would be able to go.
The thing is, if looking at War's lineup, right, it's basically no-name players. You don't know them. Like that's the thing. Like we don't. The thing is, I specifically as well don't have the time because of the amount of Masters games going on. Right, I don't really have the time to watch the Challenger matches.
Because
and the
that's
Challenger
literally
teams.
extra demos going on for you.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're already watching, you know, 48+ games in 20 days, there's no way you can, you know, watch another 48 basically.
And that is including the fact that the other international tournaments that go on that we have to watch to make sure that we are in the meta and not outside of it, because, you know, sometimes we actually get things late, like movie premieres as well.
You know, talking about actually the meta, right? I like Too Easy that way specifically. They are set up a lot like you know, one of the like Virtus Pro or like NIP, they have like the two old guard players, like the guys who have been around for ages, you know, for donkey's years. They've been in the scene. They have a cool head about themselves. They can calm down their young talent. And then they have the 2 to 3. They are young talent. They're star players, you know, who will completely go nuts. So I really like this sort of combination of players, and that's why 2EZ is really nice.
But overall, as a team as well, I've actually found these guys to be really, really calm and composed as well. They do get a bit upset, but they've never really showed their emotions on the stage, be it on the stage, be it online. They have never went out and showed their emotions. So
yeah, I mean, they were so happy after their fall season performance, right? The fall finale, when they basically took Entity to overtime, and then, you know, on a map like Overpass, which they themselves said that they never played it. They still managed to get 10 or 12 rounds. I can't remember correctly.
And you know, when you pay close attention to the sentence that you just said, they never played Overpass, which means that they did not have any proper executes or stats. That means that was basic Counter-Strike, and that is what it takes to, you know, push a team like Entity against the wall.
I'll tell you something about 2EZ, right? In the second phase of the Winters, they didn't look like themselves, to be honest. They didn't have the basics on point. To be honest, like Fett and I were just sitting together, right? We thought that they got very complacent. Like, they just weren't doing the right things. They weren't focusing on the basics. Maybe they were trying to do different things or whatever, but what it seemed like to me while watching their games, especially some of their YouTube games, you know, they were just all over the place. Yeah, their trade game, which is something which they were amazing at, right, wasn't there completely. And in the third phase, then we saw stark contrast. They were like, they basically got whipped, by the way. I think they ended 3rd or 4th in the group in the second phase. So after that, to bounce back and again end on the top in the Masters in the 3rd phase is amazing as well. They went back to their basics. They played well. And one of the biggest complaints I had about them was their map pool. It's non-existent. They played 2 maps and that's it. You know, like Mirage and
let's not just, you know, narrow it down to the map pool.
Yeah, no. So, but
like 2EZ.
Yeah, the one thing was they had to improve their map pool. Is what, and I think they have eventually done that in the 3rd phase. They showcase that they can play Overpass. They showcase that, you know, they're trying new maps as well. And it's good to see that they are not just resting on their laurels. They are improving. So yeah.
So yeah, what I was saying was, you know, it wasn't just the map pool. The entire team themselves, before the fall season, they were actually non-existent. No one really knew about them except for really, really few people. So it's kind of nice to see the newer talent coming up. And the better part is, like, you know, they were all the practice they got, except from the scrims or except for the lands they actually played locally in Mumbai, they had to play pugs.
Yep.
And you know how decent-ish players.
They're all pug stars, though. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? When you have such good aim, it's always great to be able to push that. Because usually when you talk about Counter-Strike, right, when you talk about playing in a team, aim is the last thing you want to depend upon because you want to get your basics. That's fine. I mean, you know, the aim is literally one of those things that you don't really talk about because that is supposed to be ingrained in you by the time you come to Masters. Yeah. So you have to get your teamwork right. But other than that, what about the entire match? Do you have any closing words on this before we push up to the casters? So the thing is about VAR. The thing is that when you saw the brackets earlier, right? It was basically it's seed 1 versus seed 8. So I think it's going to show. It's going to be like, you know, 2EZ is a much better team than VAR. And considering that I haven't seen VAR that much, I've seen them for 2 or 3 games. They didn't look like anything special. They look like pug stars. And, you know, when it comes, they had the aim. Don't get it wrong. Like you said, right? If you're in the Masters, you have the aim. But they didn't have any strats. They didn't have anything. But maybe once we get into the veto, right? Maybe then we can see what map it goes to. Because if it goes to something like a Cache or a Mirage, whoa.
That's just an elevator taking a fart. But but how about we bring the veto up for a bit because we are going. It's going to be interesting to see how it actually pans out. Do you have any expectations on it? Oh well.
Well, there you go. The veto's up already, and Cache, Mirage, and Overpass banned by 2EZ. That's surprising. Actually, that's not surprising. I like what 2EZ did there. They removed Cache and Mirage, which are the Pugstar maps, right? Completely take it out of the picture. And then you have Train and Inferno taken out by War, which is the hallmark of a Pugstar team. Those 2 maps, you need to have strats. Yeah. And you just don't. But I think the way this veto's gone, considering that it's gone to Cobble, and I think 2EZ was the one who... I think 2EZ had the pick between Overpass and Cobble. I think it's got turned around. But they've gone for Cobble, which is interesting. And it favors War, because Too Easy cannot play the basics of Counter-Strike on Cobble. It's not a basics game. It's just if your shots hit sort of map. It's that's why Cobblestone is really.
Oh, by the way, I'll just let you guys know.
It's a map that I hate.
Yeah, he absolutely hates the map, and the map doesn't make sense.
I really hope it goes out. I hope it's Cobble that goes out and not Nuke. I know most of the pros in the circuit right now want Nuke to go out because it's the least played map. But I think Cobble tactically is pointless. You can't be tactical in Cobble. The fakes take forever. The rotation times are massive. It's not a map made for competitive Counter-Strike.
So you mean it's a very big map, basically?
Yeah, it's not made for competitive Counter-Strike. It's made for pugging in. Basically, I want to practice my long-range aim. Then you go to Cobble, which again you will not do. You'll go to Dust Too Long.
I mean, I don't know if you remember Tuscan. It's just a little bit smaller than Cobble, I'm presuming.
Yeah, but Tuscan had a much better layout. It had a Mirage-ish layout, like a Cache Mirage sort of layout. It's not a. It's funny. Actually, Tuscan was Mirage, to be honest. Tuscan was basically Mirage, and Mirage and Inferno. But yeah, it's. The thing about Cobble is it favors War. I'm happy that it's gone there for War. Yeah, because Too Easy, I've seen them on the map. They're okay on it. It's completely fine. But if their shots don't hit, if they're not on point, right? And it's cold here, by the way. We're in Delhi. It's pretty cold here, and it's hard to get warmed up, even with our suits on and everything, right? It's still pretty cold here. We have heaters on because it just is. I mean, the fact that it's the first game, you're not going to be warmed up, and if your shots don't hit, Cobblestone is a very unforgiving map, and this is actually because of the fact that it's Cobble, it's going to be a close game.
Well, that should be a close game. I think that it's in the favor of Too Easy for some reason. Maybe it's because I've seen.
Too Easy is going to win for sure. Like I said, it's seed 1 and 8, right? That gap is there, but it's going to be closer than a 16-1 blowout. It's going to be closer than what we're used to seeing Too Easy do to the bottom 5 teams, you could say, in the Premiership.
Well, I'm expecting somewhere around 16-8 or 16-9. Let's see how it goes. All right, so we have our casters and the players ready as well. Caster, all right. It's going to be Fet. I'm sorry, Fet. Oh, by the way, Fet is doing a wonderful job. He actually had a surgery. Yeah. So a huge shout out to Fet as well, because he's literally sitting in a wheelchair and he has his legs stretched out. He's still going to be casting. So all of you guys on the chat, make sure you guys show some love to Fet. So, well, Fet, over to you, buddy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. It is finally the D-Day has arrived. It is LAN time. It is the ESL India Premiership. The Winter LAN Finals is finally here, and the first game is going to be played between Too Easy Gaming and War. The map is going to be Cobblestone. It is a boring map because not much the CTs can do, and it is going to be Too Easy. The favorites start on the CT side, and by the looks of it, War making a beeline towards A, and Hope Never Dies. Who is Hope Never Dies? Weird. Well, does get 1 kill. Trades going in the favor of War, though. It's a 3v4. Rex on the bomb site. And yeah, we're going to see the age-old switcheroo get the kills towards the A bomb site, turn tail, and go towards B. Pratt coming out from War. Will they be aggressing towards... Yeah, they're going to be going B long. They should be splitting drop at this point, because you don't want to be walking into crosshairs. Tito playing from Chicken Coop could catch a couple of players off guard, but they should be aware of this. And Too Easy still putting 2 players over towards the A bomb site. It'll be a little slow on the rotations. Tito spots out Saz, tapper away, but missing everything. Tito gets the bomb down. That's huge, but he's gonna get overrun towards Chicken Coop. But in the meantime, Shinchan has come up with the goods. It's a 2v2, and Shinchan, what are you doing, son? That was a beautiful shot. And now Saz in a 1v2, and Rex is gonna end him. R.I.P. Ripperino, and with that, Too Easy Gaming coming back from a man down to pick up the pistol round. That was glorious from Too Easy Gaming. And War, like I said, they should have split drop. Too long, too drop. They could have cut the rotation in before it came in. They would have had 2 players to deal with Tito, but then hindsight is 2020. Anyway, it is Cobblestone. It's a T-sided map, and they should have picked up that pistol round. Unfortunately, they don't. And then, well, that's that. Now the Force Spy will be coming out from War. Saz not buying up anything, just an upgraded pistol. That is curious. They didn't get the bomb down, but I think Saz wants to go for the third round, the 4th round AWP. There is aggression from Hope Never Dies, but it is shaping up to be, well, bomb is still chilling towards mid, so War still undecided on where to go. I really want to know who is Hope Never Dies, because I think Recoil Master or Spawn, either of them are missing. I don't know which one is Hope Never Dies. And look at this. Hope Never Dies, well, he did die the previous round, but he did manage to get 1 kill. On the flip side, it is shaping up to be a B play. And look at that. Tito Savage just going for some info plays. Gets one, does a lot of damage, but then there is Pokey in for the trade. That is their signature move, but Pokey getting a bit too over-ambitious, overextending himself. Hope gets 1 kill. Shinchan with the Kobe, and, well, Rexy gets the kill in the end. 1 player dying. No, 2 players dying. That's okay, I guess, for an anti-force, but they should have made better, well, should have made a bit more of that round, in my opinion. Anyway, they do have the utility. Now they're going up against a full eco. This is the time when you make bank, and Hope Never Dies. I think this is Spawn. And Pokey, they're with my favorite gun, the Daddy's Little Trust Fund gun, the MP9. They're going to look to do some serious Farmville channeling. And Kazi, just around the corner. Hope Never Dies. Spawn needs to be careful. Double peek comes in, and okay then. Completely and utterly dumpstered there. Or Hope Never Dies. And making presence. Oops. Well, oops. And Baba the Beast. Well, they want to reevaluate what they're doing. They're literally jumping through smokes 1 by 1. And Shinchan has all the advantage in the world. And oh, almost a Kobe. Almost Kobe. Time. I mean, finish. Hearing a lot of movement headed his way. They should not be peeking him 1 by 1. Doesn't matter. Shinchan with the UMP getting that kill. Both the rifles getting saved. Will we see them upgrade? No, they're still going to go for the UMPs and the MP9s. They're going to more or less have a throw round, as they call it. Rex should be upgrading to a rifle. Pokey, he's feeling confident. Ticking with Daddy's Little Trust Fund gun. The MP9, the money maker. In a much slower round, and like I said, Saz did more or less equal the first 2 rounds after losing the pistol rounds, so he does get his hands on the AWP along with armor and a couple of flashbangs. Utility pretty poor on War, primarily down to that force buy. They do have a couple of smokes, 1 Molotov and a kitty of flashbangs, but nothing really to write home about. They have to get into the sites based off of sheer firepower, and they do have that. They did pretty well in the Challenger division, but this is a cut above the rest. You're no longer in, well, this is not the Sunday League, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the big boys come to play. My question is whether War have it in them, hang with the biggies. And Too Easy are as big as they come. Right, the B hit is coming in. Tito, they have the utility. That's the thing. They can actually just do so much damage onto War as they make their way. Oh, bit of wasted utility. Double mollies. There we go. Tito playing on the edge of reason. Oh, spots out Kazi, but Shinchan gets the kill. Immediate trade coming in. Look at Pokey. Pokey gets 1 kill playing on the edge of the smoke. Still hasn't been spotted. He's still playing the edge of the smoke, and now in the blink of an eye, it's down to a 1v3. Baba the Beast has to go beast mode, gets 1 head. Can he find more heads? No, he cannot. Pokey Hill with the MP9 gets a double kill. That's a lot of money in the bank. They have 1 op onto Rex, so no reason, well, to go for the second AWP. That's 4 rounds on the board, and now War They're on 4th round loss bonus, so they can go for the armor pistol buy because they're gonna get $3,400 in the next game, in the next round anyway for losing this. So they can invest slightly into this round, and that's what they're gonna be doing. There's gonna be armor pistols across the board. Will we see some aggro plays? Yup, Spawn. This has to be Spawn. The confidence in this Opper is bar none, and he's gonna play towards danger, and that is dangerous. Doesn't matter. We'll just eviscerate Kazi's face. That is bye-bye. Good night, Irene. And thinking off angle, finds one head. He's getting, oh my god, the layer of the spray down. Gets 3 kills, but does get taken down finally. But now it's all down to Baba the Beast yet again. Now this time in a 1v4 with nothing but a Deagle, and Rex with the UMP cleans up shop, recovers the M4 as well.